I instruct Channel 31 to start live streaming the meeting. Thanks. I declare this meeting open at 6:03 p.m. Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. I'm the Chief Executive Officer, Fiona Blair. I would like to welcome the members of the public who have joined us in the chamber tonight. The purpose of this meeting is for council to elect a mayor, consider whether to establish the position of deputy mayor, elect a deputy mayor if the position is established, and consider the appointment of council delegates and representatives to the Lead West Joint Delegated Committee and the Audit and Risk Committee. Members of the public attending council meetings are expected to behave respectfully at all times and not permitted to engage with the councillors or council officers during the course of the meeting. This includes directing loud and inappropriate comments towards councillors and officers or making noise that impacts council's ability to conduct its meeting. All persons present tonight have a right to be safe and treated with respect. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the direction of council officers and the emergency procedures on the wall near the door. I would like to note I have given approval for Channel 31 to live stream this meeting. A recording of the meeting will be published on council's website. No other permissions for recordings of this meeting have been granted. However, there will be an opportunity for photographs after the meeting. Item 1, please stand for the acknowledgement of country. On behalf of Brimbank City Council, I respectfully acknowledge and recognise the Wurundjeri and the Bunurong peoples as the traditional custodians of this land and pay respect to their elders, past, present and future. Council commitment. I ask councillors to remain standing for the council commitment. Others may be seated. As the council, you will act in the best interest of the Brimbank community and consider the immediate and long-term impacts of your decisions. You will make these decisions fairly and without bias. You will uphold all of your obligations under the laws of Victoria and council's local laws and will act in accordance with the Model Councillor Code of Conduct. Thank you. You may be seated. Item 3, apologies. There are no apologies for tonight's meeting. Item 4, disclosure of conflicts of interest. I note that councillors are taken as not having a conflict of interest for any of the items on tonight's agenda. Item 5, term of mayor. Before we move to the task of electing the mayor, council must first decide if the term of the mayor is to be for 1 or 2 years in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020. Councillors, in accordance with Rule 40 of the Brimbank Governance Rules, that debate must always be relevant to the motion, please confine your debate to the topic of the motion, which is the term of the mayor. May I have a mover of a motion? Councillor Tarkos.
I move the motion that the term of the mayor is for 1 year.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. May I have a seconder? Councillor Razik.
I second that, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Razik. Does the mover wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Does the seconder wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Does anyone else wish to speak for or against the motion? I will put the motion to the vote. All in favour? That is carried. Thank you. Item 6, the mayoral election. Before I call for nominations for the position of mayor, I will explain how the election will work. The election must be held in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020 and Brimbank Governance Rules. When I call for nominations, councillors may nominate another councillor. Councillors nominating a candidate must raise their hand and will be called upon to state their nomination. The name of the nominated councillor will then be displayed in writing on the screen behind me. I will then ask the nominee whether they accept the nomination. The nomination needs to be seconded by another councillor, So I will then ask for a seconder of each nomination. If there is no seconder for the nomination, then the nomination lapses. Councillors may not move or second their own nomination. If there is only one nomination, the candidate will be declared to be duly elected. If there is more than one nomination, councillors are required to vote for one of the candidates. I will take the vote of candidates in alphabetical order by surname. Please note there is no opportunity to speak for or against the nominations. Councillors, I call for nominations for the position of Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Councillor Tarkos, who are you nominating?
Madam CEO, I nominate Councillor Tweedang.
Thank you. The nomination is for Councillor Tweedang. Councillor Dang, do you accept the nomination?
I accept the nomination. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Borg?
I'll second that, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Do I have any other nominations for the position of Mayor? Thank you. In accordance with the Brimbank governance rules, as there is only one candidate, I declare Councillor Tweedang to be duly elected Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Congratulations, Councillor Dang. The Mayor will now be presented with the mayoral robes and chains and will return as Chair in a few minutes. Councillor Dang, if you come this way. I invite the Mayor, Councillor Dang, to address the gallery of the Council.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Wurundjeri and Bunurong people as the traditional custodian of this land and pay respect to their elders, past, present, and future. I would also like to acknowledge my fellow councillors, the CEO, the monitors, the executive team, and of course everyone here today. I'm deeply honored and humbled to be elected as the mayor of our wonderful city. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all councillors, residents, volunteers, and friends who have placed their trust in me. Your support and confidence drive my commitment to serve Brimbank communities with dedication and integrity. As a refugee, my late mother always told us how lucky we are to live in Australia and that we must pay back to Australia. I was born during the Vietnam War and experienced a terrifying escape by sea and a top star in South Australia. Growing up in Australia, I feel incredibly fortunate to call Australia home. Moving to Brimbank 17 years ago and choosing Brimbank as my hometown has made me even luckier. I have had many opportunities to lead and contribute to various projects in Brimbank and across Victoria. Now I have a chance to lead the city where almost 100,000 people were born overseas, and over 55% speak a language other than English at home. This diversity brings different perspectives and new ideas, though it can also present challenges like communication barriers and cultural conflicts. I embrace this enormous responsibility and see it as a huge opportunity to make a difference to our municipality. I welcome any opportunity from the community to make our city the best it can be. I am committed to working hard to address the need and concern of all our residents and ensure our municipality continue to thrive. My goals include youth and women empowerment, multicultural engagement, mental health, climate change, and sustainability. I will continue to build strong partnership with the federal and state governments and stakeholders to build on our successes. I am also committed to good governance, kindness, and inclusion in my role as mayor. I will work well with all councillors, the executive team, to ensure every decision and action aligns with our community vision. Together, we will strive to create an inclusive, thriving, and vibrant city. A special thank you to my family, to my friends, the volunteers who have worked tirelessly to support this journey. Your dedication and hard work have been truly inspiring, and I'm grateful for your unwavering support. Before I end in my speech, I would like to share a few words in Vietnamese dedicated to my late parents, whom I believe are always by my side. Thưa ba mẹ, con rất tiếc là mẹ không chờ thêm được vài tháng để chứng kiến ngày hôm nay của con. Con xin cảm ơn ba mẹ đã đưa con đến bờ tự do, luôn khích lệ cho con học, sống thật tốt với mọi người và trả ơn nước Úc. Con luôn tự hào là con của ba mẹ và con có được đức tính nhân hậu của ba mẹ, luôn muốn kết nối mọi người ngồi lại với nhau, cùng đóng góp cho xã hội. Con sẽ luôn ghi nhớ cách sống mà ba đã nói với con trong lần cuối cùng. Đối xử với mọi người như con muốn họ đối xử với con. Con thương ba mẹ nhiều lắm. And now I want to share with you my words to my late parents. Dear Mom and Dad, I'm sorry that Mom couldn't wait for a few months to be here today. Thank you both for bringing me to a free country, always encouraging me to study, be kind to others, and give back to Australia. I'm proud to be your child and to have inherited your kindness. Always wanted to bring people together to help society. I will always remember Dad's last advice. Treat others as you want to be treated. I love you both very much. Thank you once again for this opportunity. I commit to serving the residents of Brimbank community to the best of my ability with enthusiasm, compassion, and devotion to our community. I look forward to continue to work with our councillors, monitors, CEO, executive, and stakeholders to ensure a strong and sustainable future for our community. Thank you. For item number 8, determination of position of Deputy Mayor. We will now determine whether to establish the role of Deputy Mayor. Councillor, is there a motion regarding the position of Deputy Mayor? Councillor Tarkos?
I move the motion as per business papers that, on the screen, that we establish the position of a deputy mayor for 1-year term, and that for B as well, 1-year term, as per shared screen.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. May I have a seconder, please?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Thank you, Councillor Borch. Does the mover wish to speak to the motion?
Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Does the seconder wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Borch. Does anyone else wish to speak to the motion? Right. I'll put the motion to vote. All in favour? I declare the motion carried. Thank you. The item number 9, Deputy Mayor Mayoral election. When I call for nomination, councillors may nominate another councillor. Councillor nominating a candidate must raise their hand and will be called upon to state their nomination. The name of the nominated councillor will be displayed in writing on the screen behind me. I will then ask the nominee whether they accept the nomination. The nomination needs to be seconded by another councillor. So I will then ask for the seconder for each nomination. If there is no seconder for the nomination, then the nomination lapsed. Councillor may not move or second their own nomination. If there is only one nomination, the candidate will be declared to be duly elected. If there is more than one nomination, councillors are required to vote for one of the candidates. I will take the vote on candidates in alphabetical order by surnames. Please note, there is no opportunity to speak or against nominations. Councillors, I call for nomination for the position of the Deputy Mayors of Brimbank City Council. Councillor
Rasik, thank you. I would like to nominate Councillor Victoria Borg for that position. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Raisit. Councillor Borg, do you accept the nomination?
I do accept the nomination, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Borg. Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor Nikolic.
I second that, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Nikolic. So is there any more nomination? No. Yes,
Yeah.
Councillor
We
Bork.
very much appreciate the opportunity to nominate the very wise Councillor Maria Kerr for Deputy Mayor.
Okay. Councillor Kerr, are you accepting the nomination? No. Thank you, Councillor Kerr. Is there any more nomination? No? So, in according to with the Brimbank governance rules, if there is only one candidate, I declare Councillor Bork to be duly elected Deputy Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Congratulations, Councillor Bork. Could you, Councillor Bork, would you like to do a speech?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri and Boon Wurrung people, their elders, past, present, and emerging. I would also like to acknowledge our newly elected Mayor, Councillor Deng, my fellow councillors, CEO, Ms. Blair, members of the executive team, monitors, everyone in the gallery, including the ex-mayor, Councillor Bruce Lancashire, who is also in the gallery. I think you are the only ex-mayors that is in the gallery. Yes. And everyone watching online. I feel very honored and humble to be elected deputy mayor. It has been long coming, but it finally happened. When I look back, when I first arrived in Australia 52 years ago, it never occurred into my mind that I will be standing up here with you today as a deputy mayor. The challenges and the road to be where I am has been very tough and very challenging in more ways than one. But with strong support, I managed to achieve a number of goals, including being a councillor and more recently being a deputy mayor. The message that I would like to say to the community: keep going. Don't let anything stand in your way, even especially mental health related matters. The challenges for me have been very, very tough along the way. And many times I felt like I'm losing not only the war, but also not only the battle, but also the war against mental illness. But I defied that fear. And here I am. With the right support, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And that is the message that I want to give to everyone here and beyond. I feel very honored and humbled to be elected deputy mayor. I would like to thank my fellow councillors for electing me. And I am very much looking forward to work with Mayor Councillor Dwi Deng, having developed a wonderful working relationship during the previous term. We worked together hand in glove. And of course, I am very much looking forward to working with my fellow councillors. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the community for once again putting their trust in me and electing me for the third time. I would also like to thank everyone that supported me during the journey. More specifically, my dear husband, Louis, who is with us in the gallery. His support, his unwavering, continuous support is just amazing, and I can always rely on him. I would also like to thank my family also who couldn't be with us, especially our granddaughter, Monique, who couldn't be with us and who would have loved to be with us, but because of medical reasons, she couldn't be here. But I know that she is watching. So thank you, everyone, and looking forward to my term as a deputy mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Board. We move to item number 10, the officer reports. There is one officer report for consideration by council tonight. If you have alternative or amended motion this evening, you must draft this motion and provide to the governance team via email so that they may be shared on screen and form part of the meeting. Otherwise, we may have to defer the matter until the motion has been written, allowing the meeting to be proceed uninterrupted. May I, the report number 10.1, the appointment to committee. May I ask Director Hill to present this?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This report this evening is asking councillors to nominate representatives and delegates to 2 council committees, the Audit and Risk Committee and the Joint Delegated Committee of Lead West. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Hill. Councillor, are there any questions for the Director? Is there a mover of a motion? Yeah, Councillor Kerr?
I move the motion as per the shared screen.
Thank you. Is there a seconder of the motion? Thank you, Councillor Kerr.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Kerr, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Crook, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote. All in favour, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. So we move to item number 11, the meeting closed. Thank you all for attending and for your interest in tonight's meeting. I declare the meeting closed at 6:31. I instruct Channel 31 to stop recording of this meeting.